If you missed last week, we were building out this very room you see in front of us. Chromanos and I spent quite a bit of time just in creative mode trying to come up with an idea for color scheme, what we wanted the bar to look like. I think we finally nailed down an option. I think it uses some pale oak, some other stuff. I guess it does use this pale oak. But we do actually have a plan now, which is nice, because last week we didn't have a plan. So today we are going to be building out and decorating this bar. I'm excited. I'm excited to do it. We have this little upstairs. Libby, we're done. No, listen, you guys, no one else could win. We're done playing drop for a little bit. I'm gonna sleep quick. Of course it's raining. It's always raining on this server. But we are back on the community server. And we got a little tavern here that I might be decorating in here too. So, yeah, we got good bones for this place, and now it's just the process of filling it out. But I did say how much I was cooking inside of the temple, how much I'd been working, how much I'd done. I had my lovely architect on call, Narwhal. She helped me out with some of the math and some of the design for the inside of the temple. I think it looks spectacular. So I did a lot on the inside. I'm very excited for you guys to see it. And we can, of course, add things as we go. But I'd love your feedback as we get in there. So, are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Check this out. This just looks incredible. I added a couple spots like there above the door. I added it's a window now, but I'm thinking there will be a big blue wall there as like a little color splotch. We can put some design on the inside. All of the 4 notches up there, like the 4 rectangular cutouts, we can either leave cut out or we can put some like design in there, like either blue concrete or terracotta or something. And then I also added a bunch of lights. So I added a couple prismarine lanterns. I added them up there in the corners. I added them up on top of the dome. There actually are some outside of the dome too that we'll go check out from afar. But I think this looks incredible. I was looking at this for a while Thursday night, just like, dang, this turned out so cool. So the same math program that I used, or building program that I used to make the dome, Narwhal was like, oh, we'll make it a bigger circle, center it lower, have it line up with the circle for the top part. It was very complicated, and it worked out perfectly. And I'm just super happy with how it turned out. Obviously, we can decorate the walls still. We got stuff for the floor coming, but the main structure, I think, is done, and it looks spectacular. The one thing we don't have, I didn't put lights in this corner because the wall is 1 block less, just because of the doors there. So it's a little odd that we don't have lights over there, but I think it's fine. But yeah, what do you guys think? Any suggestions on what to put in these little like gaps there? You know, like along those 4. Otherwise, we could just punch them out and make them windows also. But I like the idea of having just a color splotch there or something. And then this was also going to just be blue concrete or something. So then when you're looking at it from this way, you know, and we'll put details on these walls too, but you won't be able to see them from the inside. A Jesus statue. I don't think we're going to do that, Eric, even though it was just Easter. Is Minecraft rain universal? Does it happen everywhere all at once? Yes. If it's raining somewhere on the server, it's raining everywhere on the server. Other than in some biomes, it's snow. And then in some areas, it doesn't rain at all. Like in deserts, there is no rain. So, but yes, it is completely universal. There's not like weather patterns in Minecraft. It's all or nothing. That is a structure of all time. It is truly a structure of all time. I agree. When high enough to snow, when rain is lower. Correct. Yes, correct. When you're high enough, it is. Yeah, and I like it a lot. I'm pumped. I really, really love how this turned out. And now we can add designs to the walls and whatnot. But yeah, that was what I worked on this week. Really happy with it. I might just put a block of blue there and see. What I wanted to mess with was just messing with terracotta and see if we could come up with a design that works. I don't know if for the outside it makes sense to do terracotta, but I think for the inside maybe, like in those little sections, we could do something. Something. And maybe it's worth going into creative and seeing what our options are with terracotta, because I really don't know what they are. And going from there. Yeah, it's shaping up. It's shaping up, and I do really, really enjoy it. So yeah, I think, you know, I have all the blue concrete. Let's just put that spot up for now. Because it is cool if it's a window, but we kind of said the style of this is not really having open air windows. Now up there it is. I did increase the size of those windows to 2. But I think up here it doesn't make sense to have a window. I think it more makes sense to have it be just blocked off. I forgot I can't do that. I only have 7 more. I must have lost a bunch along the way. I don't have any of the dye right on me either. There we go. I was able to figure it out, Narwhal, and the program that gives me all the building schematics also did most of the work. But I had to be very focused on where I was placing what blocks. Bread is life. Yeah, dude, bread is great. I don't know how we got to talking about bread, but bread is great. Oop. Didn't mean to do that. So from the inside now, you know, maybe we'll light it up or something. Or, I mean, that could just be covered up. Actually, I think what it should be. So I made it like a big cutout, but I'm wondering if it should just be too thick and just make that a flat wall, because it does look a little weird that it's inset right now. Yeah, I saw the conversation, Libby. Yeah, see, I like that. I like that look because it, well, one, it looks like an avatar arrow. I do really like that. But it also just looks like a dome. Like, I think, like, that's kind of the symbol for this area is, like, the dome. That's what this, you know, that's what our little banner pattern is that Eric made us. Maybe we do make it look more like a dome and less like an arrow. Which we could. I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed. I think it looks spectacular, though. And then we'll put some smaller motifs on the sides there. I'm trying to think if there's a second color we could use. Like, maybe we have another one. But right now it's just light blue, which is fine. Obviously, I like the color blue. I still have not memorized where Chromanos's inventory system is all laid out yet. But we're getting there. Where is all the diorite? It's going to be the last chest I check. Second to last chest I check. I'm going to want more of this. Yeah, I think we'll want to put something else there also. But if I move out here and we get a view from afar, I actually don't know if you'll ever be able to see the designs on the front of the building. No, I mean, if I go into creative, you will. But that's about it. Actually, it does have me thinking, should I use prismarine walls? I just took a picture. Should I use prismarine walls as the color instead? Because that's what we're using. I forgot I have fences behind that. That's what we're using as our little color splotches there, and that might answer my question, because I was thinking, oh, how can we have something be a different color? I wanted to add a third color into the color palette, and I think we already have it. It's the wall. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go up this side instead. Oh. Good. Great. Good. I'm making this way more difficult than it needs to be. Good? How many times do I have to fall until I change this? Good? Is this good for you? Do you like this? Good? Okay, I almost fell that time. I need to jump before I hit that slab. Okay, good? My new phone comes tomorrow. I got the S6S. Huh. Hey now. Calm down, Eric. Watch yourself. This is my S20, so I was due for an upgrade. Dang, dude. The S26 is the one with like that new privacy screen built in, right? I've been seeing a lot of videos about those. It looks very cool. It's the first time I've actually been like really impressed by a phone innovation in a while. That's sweet. You'll have to let us know how it is. I didn't make enough. I don't even have any water in my water bucket. So I gotta take my time and walk down there. How many do I need? 6? Do I need exactly 6? That'd be convenient. That's valid. So is the S20 6 generations old then? I don't know how Samsung does their generations anymore. I used to have an S7. I had an S5 and then I had an S7. And that was the last time I had a Samsung, so I really don't remember their naming structure. I think that looks a little better with how I have the inset there. It's also neat that it kind of lets through light on its own. It was a little weird that it lets through light on its own too, but that looks better. It adds texture. And I think that I like that. I like that it adds texture. I wonder if we add a block around the walls too, like as a detail segment. I'm not sure of what, but something. Yeah, let's work on building something there. I like the idea of having a I did get all of it. Can I put this on paths? I don't think I can. Wow, okay, so they release about one a year. Okay. I think it'd be really cool to do like an intricate... Ooh, why are you so bad at parkour, Eric? Got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Folks, I see Chromenos is green on Discord. Do I just call him? Do I just cold call him? I normally wait for him to message in the chat. Call the Easter buddy. All right. I'm just going to give him a call. We're cold calling Chromenos today. That could be the name of a new segment. A new segment in stream. Cold calling Chromenos. Paging Chromenos. Come in, Chromenos. Paging Chromenos. Come in, Chromenos. We're calling the Easter buddy. Come in, Easter buddy. Guess who forgot what day it was? He was sitting there waiting, chat. He's sitting there waiting.
Hello?
Paging the Easter buddy. Come in, Easter buddy.
My sound. Where's my sound? Why can't I hear?
Hello.
Oh, there you are.
Hello.
Question, did you just call me?
I did.
Or have you already tried once?
Nope, I just called you. I
Incredible.
sat here... I literally just said out loud to the stream, I said, I can see that Chromenos is green. Do I just cold call him? I was like, normally I wait for him to come into chat, but I noticed he's been green on Discord for like 5 minutes. Do I just call him? And then Libby said yes. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to call him. And right when I did that, you sent something in the chat.
Yep.
Incredible.
You know, I literally forgot. And then all of a sudden I was like, crap, it's like 7:50. So I rushed in here, sat down at my computer, got it up, got Minecraft started up, whatever. And then like pulled up the stream. and I saw you like, and I typed that in chat, and then I looked at the screen, and I saw you holding your hand to the side of your head, and I was like, oh my god, I bet he's calling me, and
What?
I alt tabbed over to Discord.
That's crazy. That is
Incredible.
wild. Well, welcome in. Welcome back. How you doing?
Hi everybody. Happy April.
Yeah, dude. Crazy.
The year is going too quickly. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
not a
On
fan.
the other hand, I'm happy that the winter is on its way out.
Yes. Hopefully for good. Well, not like forever, but
Yeah, no, knowing Wisconsin, I think we'll get one last.
oh, I meant like I don't want winter to never come back.
Oh yeah, I mean of course, but I was responding to the idea of like hopefully it's done for this season for sure, except for the fact that it is Wisconsin and I do kind of expect one last
right.
terrifying,
Well,
occurrence of frost or that's why I didn't start my garden yet because I'm like
right.
uh.
Right. Well, and there's a saying about not planting before Mother's Day. I
That's
don't know
right.
the saying is, but it's something like that.
I can't remember either, but I do know that there is
Um,
one.
yeah, I mean, I'm just happy, we got like a crazy ice storm last week. I just hope
Yeah.
that we're done with that kind of stuff.
Well, here's the thing, like the late season frost sucks because it throws off everything.
Dude, let
I
me
don't
tell you,
like it.
I,
My body's not ready for it.
I don't know I don't know how things were for you. I don't know what you've seen. No, dude, we got more than a frost. We,
We got frost and icy roads, but that was pretty much
oh
it.
my God, everything was covered in ice. Like the trees were snapping because they were covered in too much ice.
Incredible.
People lost power for multiple days. It was bad. But I do have something
Wow.
I want to
Okay,
show
yeah,
you.
we were much more chill up here.
Do have something I want to show you. So our
Ooh.
power went out Thursday, but it came back
Yeah.
Thursday. And so Thursday
Okay.
night, I'm like, I kind of just want to sit and play video games.
Yeah.
So I played some Minecraft. I consulted the resident architect in the chat. She guided me through some interior design work, and I cooked on the temple.
Yo.
I want you to go take a look.
Oh. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is sick. The
Yeah.
arches really came together.
Yeah. This is
Excellent.
exactly what I was envisioning, but I didn't know how to do it.
Right. So what's the deal with this front wall?
The doorways stick out because they're meant to be more grand. And so it's trying to
Right.
fit that into the main design now.
Yes. Well, because that was my question is like how can we because I'm looking at these corners here and I'm like, oh, I want there to be a way to get these little like lanterny doos that you got in there
Yeah.
up front here because they look sick.
Yeah, and so the problem is this wall on the side here is actually one block in from the rest of them. Like you can kind of see the little design I put up on the wall there. Like that wall is 2
Yeah.
blocks thick. So the archway
Oh,
is
yeah.
1 block less. So where those lanterns would be is like these 2 blocks that are sticking down right in this row here. Like they'd look kind of weird if I put them in the same spot.
Right. Okay.
So I
see.
did. So I
Yeah.
didn't. We could put them higher up in like a corner. I had them up in like the 1 corner block up there for a little bit,
Okay.
and I
What
didn't
if
like it.
instead they go in between the entrances?
Like all of them, because I did put some down here.
Yeah. I'm just thinking some floating ones like you have over here, right? If they existed, yeah, almost kind of like where these 2 diagonal blocks are there.
Oh. Because otherwise we could just put them up in like a corner somewhere.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Again, the
I'm
corner, like
envisioning.
the true corner of the arch is different than the corner of the wall for this wall. So
Yes.
it does look a little
Yes.
odd.
It's a little funky,
Bye, Libby.
but I
Have a
think
good
that's
walk.
okay. And that's why I was like, I don't want to draw too much attention to the corner.
Right.
And that's why I was thinking maybe the pillar is a better place to pull some attention
Well, they
to.
could also be inset in the pillars up at a certain height. Because the pillars are quads. They're 4 blocks wide
Well,
or
and
2 blocks
the
wide.
only reason I don't want to go too high with them is I want a significant amount of space between them and then where essentially where that ring that we talked about, like a little walkway ring, is
Yeah.
gonna go.
Oh, I totally
Um,
forgot about that. See, because I made the arches actually go up into that upper ring a little bit.
yes, and I see that, and that's why I was like, okay, so I'm envisioning two scenarios here, right? One is, man, I wish I had a good way to draw, so I could kind of show you what I'm thinking here. Let me just go into creative real quick.
Hmm. I have a thought in my mind as well, so we'll see if we are on the same wavelength here.
Because I see essentially, let me just get some good some good neutral block that I
Sure.
can kind
I'm
of.
gonna go get some polished diorite because I have an idea too. So
Okay, so oh yeah, I'll just construct for a sec here.
we might be on the same wave. Less on the same wavelength than I thought.
Well, I have to build a cross first, and then I can eliminate the center that I want to
Okay.
eliminate. So there would be, where's the center here? I think it's like here.
Yeah, the torch on the ground is the center. So
Oh, so maybe this would have to go a block higher. Actually, now that I'm getting over to the entrance, yeah, it would. Okay, so this would actually have to. This would have to come up a bit.
well, so hate to interrupt, but if
Yeah.
this is gonna be a walkway, what if it's just a U instead of a circle? Like, what if it's a
Well,
horseshoe?
so I'm actually kind of picturing a kind of funkier design even than that.
Okay.
So let me. All right, let's see. So if I. So let's see how many blocks is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, where's the edge up here? So if we had a second ring here, this would be like 2, 4 maybe.
That's about
That
as
would line
wide as
up
I
with
would say it should be.
this.
And
Yeah.
actually,
So
if we are gonna
actually,
put a walkway up there, I'd almost say
come
make
out
it
one
one
more.
less, because then it's a 2 block wide walkway with 1 block for a railing. So my only,
Yeah. Okay.
I'll let you keep going. I have feedback,
Yeah.
but I'll
Yeah.
let you
Let
keep
me
going.
let me cook. Let me cook for a
All right,
sec.
I'm gonna work on this outside while you cook.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Present your work to me when you're done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on making a. I'm trying to come up with some logo or design or something to go on the front here. I have like a little arrow, like a little mushroom, which I think might just change into a dome because like dome is kind of the thing. Maybe like an hourglass would fit pretty well. I don't want it to be too big. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can do this. Oh, that's very big. It looks like a capital I now. I don't really like that. Well, maybe I can do. Oh, well, now it's gonna look like a Z. I don't really want it to look like a Z either. I can make it look like an S. Eh. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. let's just see what it looks like. Oh, okay. That's like the 5th time I've fallen today. Really good. Really good.
Shit, I need one of those circle generators.
I yeah, I relied on one of those for that whole design. All right, let's just do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, some of these have blocks on the other side of them. Oh, and they need to be there. Oh, that stinks. Okay. Does make it look a little odd. Well, I wonder if these could be whole prismarine blocks instead. I know we lose the depth that I said I liked. I don't know. I should go in there and make sure I don't lose any of these blocks. Oh, that block didn't even have to be there. Let's see this. It is a little odd. What if I go one more? I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it's kind of cool. Eh. How do I make it not look like a big capital I? All right, how about we do... I have a different idea. Let's do this. Let's do that and that. Oh, that's gonna look like a big 8. I don't want that either. Man, I don't... How do I come up with a logo that doesn't look like a big letter? Well, that's kind of cool. Let's go take a look at this. And pick up all our trash. Yeah, see, the walls really add a nice depth to it. The problem is that it can't be too tall, otherwise it'll... The wall went like... You know, the same thing was happening in the bar here. When the wall connects to a block, it has this little, like, edge that sticks out like that. And I don't think I want that. But maybe we can just make it taller? Let me give it a try. Try not to drop any blocks in here. I can't place them there. I could do it there, so... Our design has to be this, at least. Well, we could do that, actually. Okay. How many walls do I have? I think I want to try this, so... break these.
Here we
Bex,
go!
hello.
Hi.
Bex,
Long time no
long
stream.
time no
Pink
see
heart
indeed.
emoji.
How are you doing? Welcome back. Thank you for the 45-month resub, Bex. Let's get some Luburbs in chat, everybody. Welcome back. I hope you're doing well.
Hi,
Long
Dex.
time no see.
Sorry, I was very zoned out there.
I
for a
could tell. I
second.
was like, I'm just kind of rambling to myself, and I'm sure you're like, what is he doing?
Oh no, man! Listen. I heard you say something about letters and stuff, and that was as far as my ADD
Huh.
brain got.
Yeah, let's see how this looks. We just got back from Cleveland and Pittsburgh, and I slept for almost 12 straight hours. Nice. That
That's
is
excellent.
great. You're out there visiting family? That's sweet. Okay, I actually kind of like that. If we do another one on the other side, I think that'll look cool. Now, I wonder, should I make it 1 block taller or thinner? Oh, that's not what I meant to break. We took an Amtrak both ways, so not a lot of sleeping got done. Oof. That's pretty cool, though. All right, let's check this
That's
out.
sick, man.
Ow.
I wish we had high-speed rail in this country.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be so good.
How was the beer for Beer Day? Fantastic. It was an Oktoberfest from Germany. How can you get any better?
How just picturesque, you know?
So, buddy, before you go too far with this, because I see you filling in a lot of blocks, and for a wireframe, you don't have to fill in this many blocks.
Well, I want to give the full image of it. It's to me that's important.
Right. Which,
So this is kind of what I'm thinking.
okay. So go ahead.
So this will be the walkway. The important things here are it still gives us the kind of center, right?
Yep.
But it leaves the corners open so that we don't lose the details
Yeah.
of the
I do like that.
pillars and the archways, right? I think the front side could probably use a little bit of finagling.
Well, yeah, and okay, sorry, continue.
But what this does is it gives us a wide enough, right, without being overly wide, kind of walkway that goes around this, which can then taper in, right? If we have a second walkway up here that's say 3 or 4 blocks wide,
Yeah.
right, that goes a ring here, so that we still get the good shiny drop of light coming into the center here.
Yeah. The last thing that I want is for that top deck to cover up the view of the dome. And I do worry
No.
that would happen if it's that wide. I'm almost wondering if that top deck actually is only like 2 blocks wide. You know, it's just a very small observation deck.
Yeah, so right now it's a 3 wide with an extra space for a railing.
Sure.
Right.
That's where I was saying like 2 blocks wide, 1 block for a walkway,
So
1 block
here?
for a railing. No. 2 total. Like it is just for standing out and peering over to look down into, essentially.
Interesting.
And,
I think
like that's the part that you
I'm
pay
looking at
extra money for to go on the tour. It's not for like normal travel.
Sure. All right. All right.
So I like this layout a lot. You and I were thinking very
Mhm.
similar things. The reason why I said a U instead of an O is because what I was then picturing is what if we had, and this is why I picked some diorite, this archway, what if like the walkway was actually, it's just out of reach where I have to jump for it. Oh, god damn it. Where that was the level of the walkway, and then it went around in a U. And then we could have smaller arches like this that go all the way around. Other than the corners, obviously. Like, we could figure out the corners. But just like the doorway there, we could have this go all the way around the side, too. And then it would be just like the courtyard outside, but bigger inside.
Interesting.
So I guess, actually, that's 1 block too high. If we wanted to match the arches for the doorway here, it would actually be
Right.
this high. I mean, it could be that tall. It doesn't matter. Like, it could look like that, but that would be where the
I worry about the space not feeling as magnificent, you know?
sure.
If the space is too filled in,
Well, and
um
I wonder too if we
the reason I kind of like this is it ends up feeling like a funnel,
yeah, I will
that
agree
I
with
think
you there.
really opens up and elongates the space, and I worry with filling in the sides if we'll lose some of that.
Yeah. I would agree. I think that's a very valid point. I think doing arches like this, granted, we're not going
Mhm.
for a cathedral look, but I think it would make it seem more like a cathedral. I think it would
It
match the
does.
courtyard. And then, like, to have these rooms off on the side, I think makes a little more sense. That we can
Mhm.
have more archways into these side rooms, too. I also, I do like the level that you put this one at. I think just maybe leaving the front open and still having just a U.
Yeah.
Because if you, so I didn't get the chance to point it out. So the prismarine wall there is meant to be like, we can put some design motif there, whatever we want. But then up higher, there's the four, on each side, there's like a 2x5 cutout out of the diorite that I was thinking could
Yeah.
either be another window, but we weren't really going for super many windows on this build. I was thinking we
Right.
could put something colored there as like just more design, like a mural, like that kind of thing. I don't know, terracotta or just more colored concrete or something. That's what I thought those four spots would be. So I think like
Sure.
I really like how those are still visible with this design. I think leaving the
Yeah.
front open so we can still see that main artwork too would be nice. I
Okay,
like
how do we
this.
feel about the yeah, about the kind of horseshoe design here?
Yeah, I like that.
Actually, you know, it kind of gives me like an omega
Yep,
symbol.
I was just thinking that. Now,
I like this.
how do people get up there?
Well, so that was going to be the question: is this a, you know, do we need a kind of entrance elsewhere? You know,
Right.
like does this room over here become kind of a grand kind of wide staircase? You know,
It,
kind of doing it in
yeah,
slabs and doing it too
it
wide and have it really kind of curve around and come up.
it could be. The problem that I'm going to point out right now is the oh, never mind. I'm like the courts we have to pay attention to where the roof line is on the outside. I think right now you might have it actually set up perfectly where the entrance up, that would be awesome. If the entrance up onto that second floor is the same level as the roof of the walls on the outside. Because then we could tie it into that too.
Mhm.
And it seems like it is. It's 4 blocks higher, 3 blocks higher than the courts. So yeah, that looks right. Because that's all I'm thinking is when we have a room like this, is you're actually the ceiling of this room is the level that you want the stairs to end at. So we have to break out the ceiling of this room, which is the top of the wall.
Yeah, I think it does line up actually. Yeah,
I
I
think it
think you're
does.
right. Because if I let me just go up here real quick. I just kind of yep, yeah, it comes out directly onto the roof.
That's pretty nice.
So yeah, that can be a kind of grand wraparound staircase that brings you up to the roof of this building, and then from the roof you walk onto this kind of promenade.
Yeah, I like that.
Somebody lines up over here too. Oh
Should.
shit, yeah, because then you can get out onto the other side here as well.
Yeah. Now, adding a staircase over here is going to be a little different because the rooms are set up differently. But maybe we just have not as grand of a staircase in one of these other rooms.
Well, and this side, you know, maybe that is the only public entrance up and down, and that this space up here is kind of cut off then, and there's a little entry gateway to then get on the rest of the wall, which is, kind of defense.
Yeah, I like that idea too. Of like it's just a public little patio and that's it, but we have a wall
Right, and then like
here,
right here, there's a yeah.
which like we're not gonna make it where you can just hop over the walls, but like we're not gonna make the walls any taller than this.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. No, but we could have like a iron fencing or
Yeah,
something that just you
I
know.
I like that. I think that lines up really well. I didn't realize how nicely that lined up, but that makes me like this design more than the one that I said.
Awesome.
And now the only problem with that then is like the usability of if that's the only way up and you walk all the way over here, you have to walk all the way back to go down.
Right. But I mean, like, I think about like when I go to uh I don't know, any sort of public available space, right, that isn't my house or something, like
Most things are
if I
built in
go out to a
circles.
place, I have to walk back to a place.
Yeah, but most things are built in circles.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, you have to backtrack exactly the way you came. So maybe that needs to be thought out a little bit, but
Right. And that's the only place where like, well, okay, well, hold on. What if this is some sort of walkway?
it could be. Yeah. Could build the arch of the doorway into like a walkway.
Because then that's your flow of traffic, right? People can come this way. They flow in and out of this space.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
What kind of block do you think you want to use for this? I actually don't mind this stripped oak, or stripped wood, but I don't like how it's like the directional of some of the pieces is going to be hard.
right? You would have to make sure that the
I
directionality
almost
like
think
works
it
out
either
nicely.
should be some wood or it should be more diorite. Like it should be kind of sculpted from stone, you know?
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I was thinking planks, I guess was what I had in my head.
I'm just wondering if there's a different stone that we can use that will look. Because I think if we use diorite, it's going to blend in with the walls too much. Do we use sandstone? Eh. Would it be weird to use end stone? Yeah, I think so. I'm just looking at all the building blocks right now.
Yeah. Okay, so we get a little zipper going here.
Um, Gosh, what about? Yeah, the wood does kind of look the best.
See, and I think planks would be better than the stripped
Oh,
here.
sure. Yeah, probably. I mean, do we just use birch again? Because that's what we used in the hotel.
Hmm. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I'm
Yeah, I think
sold. I like this more than the design that I had figured out or that I had
okay.
envisioned. I like it a lot. I think it'll work really nice.
I really like this idea of kind of the kind of promenade walk around
Yeah, I do
on the
too.
levels to be able to look up and down and
I agree. All right. So I was doing that. Yeah, let me go build this on the other side and see.
mm,
Huh.
I should take a screenshot of this.
Huh.
So otherwise, I'm not gonna remember the pattern I put in here.
Well, the pattern isn't as necessary if we use planks.
Or not the pattern so much, but the layout.
Oh, sure. I'm gonna need more fences. 6, and then 6.
Well, you know what? And the central kind of supports can make like a crosshairs, and those can be, those can be stripped logs or
Sure.
some sort of stronger.
Yeah.
Support beam of swords. Do you wanna grab a screenshot of this in case I'm not on?
Yeah, sure. I'm working right now. Did I count that wrong? I might have counted that wrong. Huzzah! What are we huzzahing back? That? I come out of the living room and Mega's watching The Martian without me. Oh, I've been watching The Martian on TikTok this past week. Yeah, I've seen it on TikTok so many times, and it's a very relevant movie right now. I love that movie though. It was one of my favorites.
Oh man, dude, that launch was so sick.
Man, it made me feel things.
We're going back, baby.
I have it written down to talk to you about that because like it's I have been watching like the live feeds and watching all the YouTube videos, and like somebody on Reddit today was just like, it's very weird, like I don't know why I didn't think about it until now, that like I look up at the moon and like there are people behind that right now. And it's like, that's freaky. I don't like that.
I've got a couple of friends who worked on the Artemis project.
What? That's sweet.
And yeah, so like
I did get screenshots, by the way.
This is so sick.
I'm gonna make so many socks. Nice.
How good? How cool? What good news to come at us when there's so much bad news right now?
What good news on a nice April Fool's Day?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm really excited, and there were a lot of people that I talked to at work that didn't even know it was happening. And it's like, well, it was supposed to happen a couple months ago, and then it got scrubbed, and then it got scrubbed again.
I do feel like the publicity on this was pretty lacking.
I think it's because it got delayed so much.
Yeah.
And I think people look at it and go, we're doing all this just to go around the moon? What's the point? It's like,
yeah, and that's, that's a failure of science communication,
But also, like, it's been 50 years since.
Well, and it's also completely different systems, and it's like anything. You gotta test stuff out. There were 10 Apollo missions before we landed. You know,
and so now we're basically recreating it with 2 missions, 3.
Which is crazy, for the record.
Yeah. Nice, Bex. I do want to go see that soon. Cool. I submitted my passport yesterday, so I'm going to Japan next spring. Nice, Phony.
Yo.
Nice. Yeah, Narwhal went for school many years ago, and yeah, I want to go. It would be awesome. Ugh. Yeah, dude. It's a fun time to be excited. I've been falling down a lot of Wikipedia rabbit holes when I'm bored at work. And a couple weeks ago, I just like read about the ISS, because like that was something that was happening during my childhood, but I never knew about it. That like we were just regularly
I didn't have the like framework to understand like what an insane undertaking the ISS was.
And just talking about how they designed it and built it, and I'm just like, this is crazy. Like, this is absolutely insane.
The ISS is probably the single greatest international piece of cooperation that we have seen and probably will see in our lifetimes.
Yeah. The sad thing as I was reading about the ISS was that, it's planning on being decommissioned by the end of the decade. And then they're like, and then we're gonna, like, because we don't have the government backing or whatever the reason is, it's like, then it's gonna move to like a more privatized structure. And I'm like, no, we don't need a fucking Blue Origin space center. No.
I mean, and that's the part that sucks, right? Is it's just in order to make stuff like that happen, you have to have institutions that are willing to, kind of suffer some public ire to
Yeah.
make it happen.
Well,
You know,
and like
um,
what I've been hearing a lot of the, I don't know, complaints. Well, one, NASA's coverage of the launch could have been better. Uh, their
yeah.
cameraman, first day on the job. And I know you can't rehearse that, um, but I've seen a lot of people being like, you know, if we had SpaceX doing this, we'd have all this 4K footage. And it's like, yeah, SpaceX is a public company. They're purposely trying to make their launches look good and make it look fancy and modern and all that. It's like, this is for
Right.
science. This isn't for an investor. Like, they don't
Right.
care to have the fanciest high-tech cameras. Also, they're going like way further. Like, it's not just you're going up and like it's so much bigger that it's like, yeah, of course it's not going to
Yeah.
be as
Unfortunately,
refined as SpaceX. Like,
this launch is not interested in shareholder equity.
no.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's a shame that that has to be like a focal point. You
Yeah.
know.
Of just like, oh, if we would have had SpaceX doing this, we would have seen all these angles already and they'd have a live stream. And it's like, guys, there is a live stream, but NASA doesn't, they don't need to have this nice camera equipment on the out. Like, they don't, it's a science experiment. They don't care about the cinematography of it. Like,
Yeah, right. Like the goals of these two ventures could not be more different.
yeah.
You know.
Also,
Yeah,
The
it's
Martian
hard.
had way less to translate to movie format. I heavily critiqued the book to movie adaptation, which The Martian definitely accomplished better. Yeah, I had read The Martian before I'd seen the movie, and I'm sad because there were pieces of The Martian that I'm like, I was really excited to see how they did it in the movie, and then they just didn't do it.
Mm,
But I have
yeah,
not
that's the
read
problem with
Project
any
Hail Mary.
adaptation.
I have not read Project
I
Hail Mary.
want to see that movie so
So
bad.
yeah, same here, but it's like I haven't read it yet, so I don't have that kind of mindset of like, oh, what's it gonna be?
Right.
Are you tearing this down?
No. Should I be?
Yeah, I already took pictures.
Oh, okay, good.
A few ideas that they left out, and I think they
Nice.
could have helped audience comprehension. Like timeline, Meg was really confused about the timeline. Well, you got to remember, The Martian was a true story, and Project Hail Mary is
Yes.
fake. So
It's fake, yeah. The thing is the first one's a documentary,
right,
and this one is speculative fiction, so it's different.
because Ryan Gosling's never been in space, but Matt Damon has been
Right.
multiple times.
Yes. Well, and that guy needs to stop going. Every time he goes, something goes wrong.
Yeah. And you know, people paint him as the bad guy in Interstellar. I think he was just misunderstood.
I think I would have been in a similar condition if it
yeah,
happened to me, you know?
right. Same.
Man, Interstellar is such a good movie.
Oh,
If anyone in chat hasn't watched Interstellar, I want you
dude,
to do that tonight.
for the 10th anniversary, they were doing IMAX rescreens of it, but they didn't show it
Oh.
in the state. And I was like, I need to.
It's so good.
It's
and
on my
the
list. It is
soundtrack
on my
so
list to
good.
see that movie in the theater at some point.
Yeah. God, man, that movie looks so good. It's so well directed. It's so well written. It's so well acted. The soundtrack is absolutely killer.
Yeah. Ugh.
Ugh.
All right.
Ugh.
Ugh. Anyways, yeah, Artemis 2, great time to be alive. And the fun thing is, every time we'd go out to EAA, we'd go to the NASA tent and they'd be talking about it. Like,
Yep.
they would be talking about the, how did this arrow get over here? Ooh. Oh, there's a skeleton in here. I'm like, who shot this? So it's really cool that
I
it
shot
like,
the sheriff.
that it like actually is happening.
Yes.
And then next year they're gonna do it again, and the next year after that they're gonna do it again. So I have a question for you, and God forbid it happens. But I was talking to my coworkers about this. If something were to go wrong, like I'm thinking the reason why like the shuttle program kind of stopped. If something were to go wrong on this mission, do you think like these kinds of things from NASA would like that's the last straw. Like, okay, you
Mhm.
had your opportunities. A failure at
Well,
launch happened again. That's too
yeah.
many times, or like a re-entry failure or something. Like,
Here's the thing. Um, I think people forget that NASA's failure rate is so small.
yeah, true.
But the problem is that when NASA has a failure,
Everyone knows
it's
about it.
very catastrophic
Yeah,
and it's very visible,
yeah.
right?
I
On There are three incidences in NASA's history, right? You have Columbia, you have Challenger, and you have Apollo 1.
yep.
And that's it.
Right, like it is a fantastic track record. Like, don't get me wrong.
Right. The problem is that all of those are so terrifying conceptually
Yeah,
and so public
the
and
public
so
sentiment
like
shifts so much.
right that it's just it's really hard. But I'll say this. The way NASA kind of structures their missions, the way they kind of structure everything, right, is kind of built upon the principles of engineering insofar that the amount of safety measures and redundancies and checks and everything that they go through is insanely high,
Yeah.
right? The like when people talk about bridges having like a like a 400% like safety like fail
Oh yeah.
safe being built in, where it's like, it'll be advertised like if you see a maximum tonnage on a bridge, assume that up to 4 times that weight has been tested and proven safe.
Yeah.
You know, um, and it's the same kind of thing here, where it's like they do such due diligence to make sure that failures are so unlikely. Now, obviously, things happen. You can't anticipate everything,
Right.
but I think if something did happen, right? Um, I think because of that, right? Because there's such a high profile kind of knowledge behind it. Um, if you have the right communicators in place, right, to talk about it, to educate the public, to go over the things that are being done and how they're tested and what's there and how it works, right? Um, I think you'd be, I think you'd be okay, right?
Yeah.
And
I
my backing for that is the fact that SpaceX has a way higher failure rate, and in terms of expenditure, obviously not human life, but in terms of expenditure and loss of funds based off of failure rate, is so much higher, and funding continues to go towards it from private equity.
right.
You know,
That's a good point.
so I
And I think
think,
it's one of those like you also think about how much like from the Challenger, like how much things have changed in terms of even like the standards. Like
oh yeah,
like the Artemis 2 launch got pushed back twice because
mm-hmm.
of things. Like there's no shot, and that's like the same reason why a lot of people are saying, well, why haven't we gone back to the moon in 50 years? And why does it seem like it's so hard? It's like because we don't take those kind of risks anymore. Like
Well,
it
and also because it was always so hard.
yeah. And like
Like
it was I mean, I'll say it was incredibly lucky that things went as well as they did.
yeah, um, space flight in general is a crazy gamble based off of intense mathematics, right?
Yeah.
You are, if you think about any sort of like, skeet shooting or, basketball or whatever you're doing, right? Anything that involves both a moving launch platform and a moving target, or even one of either, right? Skeet shooting. You are a stationary shooter, right? And your target is moving. And you are doing real time calculations in your head, right? That are letting you leave your target and make a successful. What we're talking about here is that to a level that is so unthinkably complex that unless you have actively played Kerbal Space
Huh.
Program, The average person is simply unable to like conceptualize of it point blank, you
Yeah.
know?
It's like watching the projections of the route that Artemis 2 is taking is just insane to think about. Of like, one, how did people come up with this? Two, how did people come
Yeah,
up with this when they had to do all the math by hand?
right.
And like,
Right, and now we have so many tools. I mean, we have simulations, we have more accurate, you know, measures of geometric forces and how they're interplaying with each other and how the atmosphere is going to be, and we have better, you know, even in terms of the weather, like right, our ability to predict the weather has gotten so much better, you know.
yeah,
Um, so all of these things factor but then on top of that, right, with that increased confidence and ability comes increased knowledge of what can go wrong,
right.
right? As the kind of classic conundrum of any subject is the more you learn about something, the more you realize you don't know about that thing.
True.
You know? Um, and so as our tools become more sophisticated, we not only reveal more information in terms of like how we want to approach sending people to the moon and landing on it and coming back and like that whole prospect, which is already insane. But as we get more sophisticated tools, our understanding of problems becomes more sophisticated. And
Right.
so we take our time, right? And like you said, we are accomplishing in 3 missions, right? What would have previously taken us 11.
Right. And,
You
I
know,
mean,
and that
and
comes
we
from
are
a
trying
basis
to
of
accomplish
knowledge.
more in 3 missions.
Yes.
Actually, technically, it's going to be 4 missions now, but
Yeah.
the point still stands.
Right, but either way, and the like you said, I mean, the difference between it is also the level of knowledge that we are bringing up there, the sensitivity of instruments, the fragility of what we're trying to do
Yeah.
is higher.
It's also
You know,
like,
we're
yeah,
not.
what we're gonna take away from it is going to be, you know, it's funny to use the term astronomically more, but it
But
is, you know, it's
true, but very true.
I feel like, and you know, maybe we can look back in the archives. This is probably the most intelligent conversation that has ever happened on this stream. And it comes from two space nerds. One that is way more of a
Got to be
space
close.
nerd than the other. Uh
Yeah, man, it's just this was I gotta say it's interesting. The James Webb Space Telescope, I was almost more looking forward to, um, from just a raw achievement perspective. Like, and especially having like talked to people and like had professors that actively worked on that project.
that's super cool.
Um, that I was just enamored with that, and I was so excited when it was put up. But there is something undeniably magical about knowing that there are people that are out there right now.
250,000 miles away. Yeah. No, I've been it's like the same feeling I got when I took like astronomy in college.
Yeah.
Of just like the vast, like just the vastness of it. Of just like you can't comprehend it, and just thinking about like it feels like, oh, when you're out, you know, you're out in the middle of nowhere. It's like, no, you're out in the middle of nothing. There's
Yes.
nothing. It's like, God,
There just
it's a
isn't.
weird feeling
Yeah.
thinking about it.
It's you know, and it's equal parts I think kind of awe-inspiring and
Oh
terrifying
yeah.
in that way.
Part of me sees that, and I'm terrified because I'm also thinking, what are we doing? You know, like we're just this little
Hey, we don't
blob,
belong out
and we're
there.
like, why are we sending this tin can out here? Like, what's happening?
I've got a couple of friends who say stuff like that where they're like, "Hey man, if we were supposed to fly, we would have wings," you know? Um it's like, you know, it's kind of the defining future of humanity
Yeah.
that we just kind of do shit that we're really not meant to be doing, you
Right.
know? Like
Well,
like
that's
you think of
innovation
any of
at
it,
its
you think of
finest.
you think of a flight, of aerospace, of submarines, of mountain climbing, of any of this, right? Like, I mean, hell, even the fact that we like eat spicy foods and drink coffee, you know, nature has made these things to kill us, and we said, nah, fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. By the way, there's a wandering trader here if you
I
want to
saw
check
that.
out
I have
his
over a
wares.
stack of birchwood here. Not that we have to do those pathways today, but I did go get a bunch. Um,
This guy's got acacia sapling if we want it,
I think we already have some at home.
and otherwise, if we have hay bales, we can give it to him for emeralds.
Ooh, I don't have any on me, but you know, I know a place that does,
Yeah,
and it's
but
real
at that point,
close. Huh.
I was like, they've. I feel like the trades there are going to be better anyway.
Well, yeah. Human
Yeah, man,
exceptionalism. Yeah, I mean,
it's just it's
now,
astonishing, you know.
so do you think we're gonna get really deep here for a second?
Okay.
Obviously, on a long enough timeline, the human race has an end to it.
Hmm.
Do you think that space exploration will ultimately lead towards a future where it's like a new sustainable home, or just more of discovering our place in this world in this point in time, but we don't have enough time to do anything about it?
I think the ultimate lesson of space travel and where it ends up is recognizing that the inherent flaw in that mentality um, is that I think the number one thing that space travel does is it reaffirms our affinity for our own home.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
I think space travel won't lead to a second permanent home, but what it will lead to is a better understanding and affinity for making our own current home last longer.
And yeah, just that
You
appreciation
know,
of like, hey, this is all we've
right?
got.
Because I think there is something. The more you kind of learn about space, the more enamored you can become with what is here and how improbable it is.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know,
Huh.
because the efforts it would take to like say terraform Mars, like one certain muskrat wants
Huh.
to. I think there's an inherent misunderstanding there in that there's no reason to. Right? Mars is its own unique and beautiful and fascinating landscape with its own history and its own development and possibly, right, and increasingly likely its own forms of life,
Oh yeah.
right? There has been mounting evidence, right, over the last 40 odd years, right, as we've done rover programs and high imagery and all these scans and collected information, that there either was at some point or continues to be to this day some form of life on Mars, right? Not intelligent life, right? Although, again, that comes to how you define
Right.
that. But that there is its own unique system and history and everything like that, to the point where it's like, why do you want to erase that, and for what, right? Is it simply for exploration? Is it simply for expansion? Or is it, and this is where I think it really comes down to, I think it's kind of this idea people have in the back of their minds that like, well, if all else goes to shit here, we can move to
We
the
have
next
a
one.
backup. Yeah.
Well, yeah, right. We can try again. And the truth of the matter is, if you look at the efforts, it would be so much easier and so much more feasible for us to change course on what we're doing here than it would be to set ourselves up somewhere else.
Right.
You know, so I see the idea of permanent colonies of
Like
scientific
similar to the
outposts like we have in
ISS,
the
but
Antarctic.
a
Yeah,
purpose. Yeah.
the ISS or the the Arctic and Antarctic bases, um, and stuff like that, where there is a population of scientists that live and operate in those places. I think that's totally feasible. Maybe by the galls of future enterprise and everything like that, maybe we get to a point where we even have like extremely high-end touristy billionaire destination. They can go to Mars if they want,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
I
I
think
mean,
on the
I,
whole
I
cloth,
think
I don't think that it's reasonable, even given the vast expanse of time,
right. I
for
was
us
gonna
to
say
get to a
like
point where
not
we
even in our. I mean, for sure, I can say confidently not within our lifetimes. But I
right,
I
yeah.
wonder, will it become something like, you know how like I'm trying to think of a good analogy here. Um, like there are towns up in like northern Alaska that only have people living there for a certain amount of times because like, oh, during the oil time of year, these people and their families, and actually the thing is, when I'm saying this out loud, I don't know if the families are also there. But I'm
Hmm.
thinking like, at what point is it going to be that yes, this Antarctic colony or this moon colony is not a place that you go to visit, but it's become a boom town for
Mm,
that industry. You know, it's very similar to like
right,
the towns that cropped up in the gold rush, but instead it's like, hey, this is where the scientists live and they're starting and live their families are living out here because that's where the
right.
work is.
Yeah, and honestly, when I think about it in that way, I see a space station, a permanent space station, in that regard, being a lot more likely.
Oh yeah.
I think
I
that's step one.
right.
Before we can get to the idea of a colony like that on the moon or Mars or wherever,
Right. You
that would
have to
have a
start small.
population of scientists that you would need. And this is what they've talked about for years. The moon, the idea of the moon as a colony, really works as a launching base,
Right.
right?
Like that's
Like
that's
that
where
is where
your
you
factory is.
stage. Yeah, that's where you stage for further exploration. In the same way that like having a much larger and a much more robust space station in either low or high Earth orbit would enable us to construct and prep for much more complicated and longer missions.
Yeah.
Um, so I could see that. I think Moon is far more likely than Mars is.
Oh,
The idea of
absolutely.
there being essentially a scientific base where there probably are some people who live there on a semi permanent basis.
Yeah. The thing is
But I
when you
think, like you said, like a gold or an oil town, like it is predominantly focused on whatever the industry is.
right. Well, when you think about like we're talking about things not just at a large scale of distance. We're talking about it on a large scale of time too. Like I think
Right.
the craziness about this whole hypothetical scenario we're talking about is people. You say people spending long term there. I mean, it's your entire life, and that is
Sure.
50 years. You know, it's one of those. It's probably like people have always said, oh, it's a one-way trip, but it's like, well, if you're going there to work and to live there, it's like, it's 20 to 70. It's
Hmm.
not just because it's so much of an undertaking. And until it's set up in a way where it makes sense, like you're not just going to blip down to the moon to do work for a couple weeks and then come home. Like, yeah, that's what we're doing now, but that's because it's
Hmm.
investigative work, really. I don't know.
You know
It's
what?
one of those things. It's so exciting to think about, even though I know that that's like not going to be my future.
Right. Right. You know, here's the thing though: is anything like this, it gets my speculative fiction brain
Oh
going
yeah,
and thinking about like how would we achieve that, right? Like, if we wanted to set up a base between here and Mars, what are some ways you can make that a little more feasible? And time and fuel and efficiency are some of them. So let's say we have a base on the moon or on even like a new international space station that's much larger. You can build, you can launch, you can do all sorts of things from it. Now imagine that in Earth orbit, we have set up a series of magnetic rings. Okay? And we accelerate the craft like a damn particle accelerator in orbit of the Earth, right? Flying through these rings before adjusting trajectory and launching the thing at, zero point 0.3 C towards Mars, where we have another set of rings built to decelerate you, you know? Like, that's the type of stuff that makes me go, See, now that is theoretically possible, insane to achieve.
Right.
You know,
Would
and
it be
that's what
cool
all
as
this
hell?
stuff is.
Yeah, but
Yes, and it's all that stuff where it's just like, the idea of there being any sort of like, I mean, if you had told people 50 years ago about the ISS, right? That was a crazy pipe dream.
right.
And that's what it is. It all comes down to like we have these insane ideas, and then a few brilliant people sit down and start to chug at the math and say, "Hey, is this possible? Could this be done?" And every once in a while, the answer is yes, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Like this week. It's
Yeah, like this week, the James Webb. That I mean, still to this day, the Curiosity rover is probably one of my favorite projects
yeah.
that we've ever undertook. I mean, the Voyager missions are amazing. Um,
I always
and,
wonder,
and we
like, it's the sunk cost fallacy of sending another Voyager. Now we have even more technology to get it there
right.
faster. And it's like, gosh, we sent this thing 50 years ago and it's only this far, but at the same time, it's already that far. And now we have
Mm-hmm.
this other one that eventually will catch up. But
And that's where it comes back to that scale of time that you were talking about.
I'm okay for now,
You know,
not yet.
the kind of
I'm just
unthinkable
kidding. I do want a cookie. I
vastness.
can smell them. I'm just kidding. What am I saying? I don't want a cookie? I can smell them.
Ridiculous. But yeah, I mean the unthinkable vastness of space, coupled with the sheer quantity of time that you have to conceptualize to think about, even like if we used all our resources right now, right, to build a craft that could travel as fast as we could make it go, essentially put all our minds together and constructed this thing,
Thanks.
it would still take us, at a conservative estimate, 80 years for us to send something from here to the nearest star system.
Yeah.
And again,
And then
that's
what?
with us putting. Yeah, exactly. And then what? Like we would have no way to control it. We would have no way to like communicate. There'd be and that's just to get something there. So it's incredible when you think about it that we've even achieved what we have.
Right. And then you've got the mindset, too, of, like, a lot of that innovation and work is stuff that you're never going to see the output of.
Right.
Like, the people that work on that craft that takes 80 years to get there, they're never going to see that.
No, you are laying the seeds for trees that you will never see.
Right.
But it's cool, man.
God, I love
So
talking
cool.
about this kind of stuff.
It's incredible. I mean, it's like anything like that. I think about projects even here on Earth, right? You look at things like the Great Wall of China or the pyramids or any of these projects that have been undertaken by humanity throughout the ages that were started in one generation and finished generations later.
Yeah. I was just reading something, well, not reading something. I was watching a YouTube video. I don't know if you watch Ludwig. I watch Ludwig a lot.
I know of the man.
Yeah, he's been doing a trip across China the last couple weeks.
Sure.
And they went to a section of the Great Wall of China, and he was talking about it, and he was like, yeah, the reason why it's laid out so weird across China is it took so long to build that they started building it along, like, the borders of these dynasties, and then the dynasties changed. Like, it ended up being where it's like, oh, hey, that's actually our land now. So we don't, like, this wall isn't doing what it's for anymore. And, like, it's just so wild to think about a project of that scale.
It's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
What can you think of, or do you know of any other kind of projects? Let's not necessarily that big. Who is hitting me? Get out of here, zombie. What are you doing?
A zombie, I believe.
But so I saw a picture on Reddit this last week of the Statue of Liberty in France, like getting ready to get shipped over to the United States.
Hmm.
Like huge. I mean, Statue of Liberty is gigantic. And then like you think of like the Eiffel Tower is just like insanely huge compared to that. Like
Right.
what kinds of like projects are there still projects like that happening in the world? I feel like the only ones nowadays are like I'm going to build the tallest skyscraper. It's like
Right. You think of stuff like the Burj Khalifa,
right.
you know, um, but I think they're just different than they used to be, right? Um, I think every time they propose a new particle accelerator, it's that type of thing.
I think they just
Um,
talked about that. They're going to shut down a
yeah,
section of it to make better or faster or something.
yeah. I mean, and eventually, right? The Large Hadron Collider, right? The CERN Collider will become obsolete at some point. They will have essentially gained everything they can from that, and in order to learn more, they will have to build it bigger.
Yeah.
You know, um, I think we are going to see projects on that scale and that type of thought from the sciences, you know, in the coming years out of sheer necessity, right? I think the energy crisis is one of them, right? I think there's a growing movement and re-understanding of atomic power that is
Mm,
going to lead to a revolution in that sphere. I don't think it's going to be immediate, but I think if you ask the average person today and the average person 20 years ago their thoughts on like nuclear power and stuff like that, I think you'd find that opinions have shifted drastically.
oh yeah.
Um, I think in terms of solar power, there are developments that are happening year on year on year on year, right? In terms of efficiencies, in terms of uh, sheer feasibility of some of those technologies that are going to change and shift. Um, and I think we're going to see projects in that regard.
Shoot, I forgot to
Uh,
get pale oak uh carpet or moss carpet.
you know, I think there's a lot of stuff that we don't even think about, right? Especially here in the U.S. Um, that are enormous projects elsewhere. There are desalination plants that are insane feats of technology and engineering, that exist in places all around the world where they don't have the access to fresh water that we are gifted to in the United States,
Sure.
and especially us, Matt, like being from the Midwest,
Oh yeah. Like next
like
to like
our
20% of the world's fresh water. Yeah.
right, like the Great Lakes are insane when it comes to that. When you think about like the access anywhere else on the planet, so you see stuff like that. But I think what we've lost, right, is the idea uh kind of there's still the idea of building for achievement, right? Whether it's the Burj Khalifa or anything like that. But I think with the kind of shift in the modern world to secular, right? We've lost kind of the building something grand for the purpose of it being grand,
Yeah.
right?
Like I
Making something beautiful for the sheer purpose of it being beautiful.
d-
Not to make money, not to be a tourist destination, but
right.
simply to have it and have it be incredible.
That's the thing. I feel like everything nowadays people will see it being built and you can see it from anywhere in the world and I can know, oh, I want to go see this. It becomes a
Right.
tourist attraction, but like we as we're building this big temple, we've talked about it many times of like the idea of building something for the glory of your own god is not really that common anymore. I do
Right.
think that's why things like the Burj Khalifa and those kinds of things are happening in the Middle East though, is because there
Yeah.
is that very cultural drive for like the glory to your god
Yeah.
and like that kind of like religion is so much more captivating in that culture.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, even historically, like if you're a person that has interest in like art and architecture, I highly suggest, if you haven't been exposed to it, looking into like kind of non-Western art and architecture. Um, especially kind of the designs and motifs uh and like tile work and domes and minarets and everything from Middle Eastern architecture and like mosques. If you look at like kind of classic mosques from the Middle East, like I know there's obviously with the modern events of the last month or two, there's been a lot of imagery coming out of Iran, and there are some buildings there that are older than the countries and places almost all of us are from,
Yeah. I
and they
actually
are
I was reading,
insane to look at.
again, I get all my stuff from Reddit. I was reading information about like, and this was months ago. This was way before anything was in the news. People were talking about, and I don't remember the name of the city in Iran, of just like how this place was in the 70s and all these photos, and like, there was so many like huge universities there, and people would come from all over to study there, and the arts and like the hippie movement was really popular there too, and it's like these amazing photos that these people have, and then they're like, and then Iran fell into this civil war in the 70s, I think, and a lot of that got destroyed. And they're like, it was this gorgeous city that now you can't visit anymore. And I'm like, dang. Like, I really hope in my lifetime that's something you can do again, because I think it'd be amazing to go visit something like that. But
Yeah.
it's not not really feasible right now, but
At the moment, no.
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 It's funny you say about, take the time to entrench yourself in non-Western like art. I spent on Thursday when I was working on this temple, I spent like 15 minutes watching a YouTube series about Byzantine architecture. Because this guy actually built something, not exactly this, but something in Minecraft, and was talking all about these arches and the domes and how they interlock together and these like styles. And I'm like, this is crazy. This is exactly what I'm trying to do. And then I'm looking at all the pictures and I'm reading Wikipedia articles. I'm like, this is
Amazing.
awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing, man. It's just there's so much world out there, and I think so few of us get the chance to be exposed to it, you know.
I'm
For
very
as
excited
like
to see another continent this summer.
yes, yes.
uh
Like um I think the kind of unfortunate reality of it is like as small as the world has become, with the increase of technology and the prevalence of the internet and things like that. Um, there's still some things that's just, due to financial reasons or, just accessibility and whatever, so few people get to kind of experience the majesty of some of those places.
yeah.
Um, and it's like, man, there's just the world is cool and humans are cool and we do a lot of cool shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that's
and I
why I
just
really
I just wish
like,
all of us got to appreciate more of that.
yeah, I really like the creators on YouTube that do those kinds of things, like that kind of travel, like not a travel vlogger, but that kind of, oh, we are exploring Honduras. We're
Yeah.
hitchhiking between these cities and we're camping up on this volcano. And it's like that part of the, we got our flights booked for our honeymoon and we're flying into Geneva. One, it'd be cool to go to CERN, but we don't have a ton of time.
Yes.
Um
I guess.
but part of it was like, the only reason why I felt comfortable with that instead of flying directly into Rome or somewhere else in Italy is because of a YouTube show that we watch, where I'm like, I know that there's a train that goes directly through here and it goes past the Matterhorn. And it'd be really cool to take this little day trip to go down and see the Matterhorn. And I'm like, and I know that that exists because I've seen it in a YouTube video. And like,
Yeah.
I know what the city looks like because I've seen it already. And it's like that, it's so much more accessible than like, I can't imagine. I think this anytime I like go to a city now, like traveling without a map built into my car.
Oh my god. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Like, to
Like even
see the
even within
grid
your
layout,
own,
oh,
yeah. I think
it's
about that all the time. Like
insane.
even within your own state, your own city, your own country. Like how much do we take for granted the fact that we essentially can get anywhere
Yep.
without having to know ahead of time, without pulling out your paper map or loading up on MapQuest before you leave.
Yeah. I so the YouTube series that Ludwig is doing, he did one last year, and it was called Tip to Tip, because him and Michael Reeves took motorcycles and they rode motorcycles from the southern tip to the northern tip of Japan without any maps and
Incredible.
any phones,
That's crazy.
and they couldn't use highways or like main highways. And so now they're
Wow.
doing it again through China without any maps or any phones and like just a very basic knowledge of like the Chinese language. And like that to me, like I'm even thinking like I can't, fortunately because we have the interstate system, it's like I couldn't even just go out to a random place and go, I'm just going to travel tip to tip through Utah, because I would easily be able to find my way the moment I find an interstate. Like
Right.
I know as long as I go north, I can make it to Salt Lake City, but like
Right. Sure.
not having the language, not knowing the road layout, like it's really impressive, first of all, like that they're able to do
Yes.
it. But it's just so cool because you see all these places and these interactions of these people have never seen someone from America before.
Right.
They only know about it. And then there are kids coming up and the parents don't speak English, but the kids do because they're learning it in school. And it's
Right.
like they
Or
think
learning
it's
it online.
yeah.
You think about that too.
They think it's such a spectacle that there are like, oh my god, there are two guys from the United States here. Like,
Yeah.
holy crap, let's have a meal, let's have a cigarette with them. Like it's such a cool idea for a show.
It is.
It's crazy risky. But it's so entertaining. And I highly recommend it. They made a compilation of the Japan one recently of I think it came up on YouTube when we were at the cabin, of like every single episode. It was like a 5-hour video instead of watching each
Wow.
piece separate. And I'm sure they'll do that for China too. So I'll have to send it to you because it is worth it. It's really
Please
cool.
do.
All right, I need to build some lanterns. Did you see the photo that I sent you on Discord of now? I
I
didn't want to
saw the message. I didn't get to take a close look at it
I
though.
didn't want to talk about AI on this because we're talking about innovation and we're talking about space. I don't want to talk about AI. But I did use AI the other day. Normally, sometimes when I'm making a YouTube thumbnail, I'll throw an image in just to like be, hey, what would this look like if it was this? Like, give me some artistic inspiration because I don't have
Right.
those skills. And I was like, hey, what is this going to look like when it's a finished bar? And I just gave it a screenshot I took last week, and it looks really
Sure.
cool.
Hell yeah.
And so that's kind of the inspiration I have now that I'm looking at. What's up, kitty?
See, and this again comes back to that, like, man, I think there is a balancing point to be struck with any of that stuff, um, of like I just saw somebody talking about it, I think the other day online, of like there are places where tools like that are helpful, like where being able to I have this idea, right? I want to do a quick visualization of it to make sure I like it, and then I can go make it myself, you know? Which is kind of exactly what you're doing here, right?
Right.
Like this idea of like, we built this space. I have some ideas that I want to put into it. I want to visualize it beforehand, and then I can go into the game and actually exercise my own creativity and efforts to make that happen.
Yeah. Now, I will say in this photo, they don't have as much of a bar top. They just have the shelves, and I do like it.
Interesting.
But I just, it's like, oh, here it's got barrels on the wall in the back, and then it's got barrels on their sides with tripwire hooks in them, and I'm like, that looks really cool. I didn't think about that. Like it. Now, some of it's not realistic Minecraft, but some of it is.
It's all a balancing point.
Do I remember
Yeah,
how to make?
let me go take
barrel?
a look at that.
And then I sent the screenshots from last week of just like the bar, so we'd have like a reference image because I
Oh
realized I never
yeah.
sent them to you.
Ah yes, the good error.
The Gilded Ember, I think, is what it's trying to say or something.
Oh yeah, this is cool.
Like if you do that and you put a tripwire hook on it, that'll look like a keg on the wall. That's so clever. Do I know how to make
I
a
like
tripwire hook? No.
I like the testificate who's washing out the
Yeah,
mug.
right. um,
Like, man, I wish.
right.
Oh
Tripwire.
man, I bet there is a mod pack for like custom testificate animations.
Surely. I mean, there are mod packs for just like custom, like when you're swinging a sword.
Yeah.
So wood, stick, iron. Is that what it was? Yeah.
Actually, I wonder if a new kind of like villager update isn't something that we'll get to eventually.
They will
Um,
probably overhaul them at some point, I would imagine.
yeah,
I
but
hope.
even in terms of like, um, just in terms of not to get back to AI, but AI in the sense that it used to be used in video games, um, of like just overhauling some of their tech and how they interact to make them feel a little less, I don't know, machine.
Yeah. Like, oh, at this time I must walk over here and do this. Like,
Right.
that actually looks pretty cool. I I like that. Do we have any glass over here? Now, does it make sense for the barrels to be right there? Probably not.
Mhm.
Yeah, we probably don't. So we spent a long time talking about space, which I was hoping because I'm into it, and I know you're into it too. I have a
Yep.
very important question to ask you, though.
Okay.
Easter just happened, as you know.
Yep.
Are you a ham or a turkey on Easter kind of guy?
I'm a ham guy.
Okay.
Turkey for me is for one holiday and one holiday only.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah, I'm a
But I
big
know,
ham.
but I
I
know
love a
some
Christmas
people.
ham and I love an Eastern ham.
Ooh, so you do? Okay. Yeah, I guess we also will do that sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I just love a ham
I
though, is
also
my
love
thing.
ham.
I
Like,
associate it more with Easter than I do with Christmas, but like, I don't mind a big old Christmas ham.
yeah,
Um, and oh man, do I love a whole roast, big ass ham? Are you kidding me?
yeah. Very good. Very, very tasty. Let me move it.
Yeah.
Let me zoom in the cat cam real quick, chat. Since he's just sitting. Oh, well, now I gotta pan it down a little bit. Sleepy baby. Yeah, we had ham leftovers for dinner tonight. And now we're gonna make soup out of the rest of the ham later this week. I
Love
also
soup.
I love taking like, especially when I was in college and I'd get like the leftover ham from Christmas or Easter, and I would dice it up
Yeah.
really small and then throw it in a frying pan and fry it and then throw it into Kraft mac and cheese. That
Oh
mm,
yeah, that's
mm.
good stuff.
One time I
I thought you
felt,
were gonna go fry it up and then toss it with some eggs, because that's what I did a
I
lot.
mean, that also works.
Yeah.
The other thing that I did once, and I felt incredibly bougie doing it, um, was I had like a sage plant. This was back when I was like in my first apartment. I had a
Sure.
sage plant. I still have sage now, but I haven't done it in a while. And it was like, okay, you fry up the ham in butter with some sage in there, and then you put
Oh,
that in the into the mac and cheese. Like, oh, it's so good.
that sounds good.
Sounds good for us. Yeah, I don't know if
God,
we're
I
gonna.
just ate and I'm already getting hungry thinking
Huh.
about all this.
trying to think what we also recently had another food thing happen recently. I don't remember what it was.
Love food. I think it was, maybe it was yesterday.
I didn't mean to fill those all
I
up,
was just
Eric.
having one of those days where I was just like kind of feeling off,
Hmm.
you know.
That was
It was just
Thursday for
kind of
me,
like,
yeah, or Wednesday.
yeah, like I was just like, man, I don't feel great today. Like I'm feeling physically off, and like I'm just in my head a lot. Like I just don't really like nothing really feels right, and I was just kind
Yeah.
of bummed out. And then we got we got dinner or lunch or whatever, and I like sat down and I was just like really into it and just like savoring the food and just like really living it up. And I was like, man, my mood just got 1,000 times better. Like just by living deliciously for a little bit, you know?
Livin'
Like
deliciously. Is that the sequel to
exactly.
Livin' Da Vida Loca?
That's right. You want to come check out the staircase?
Yeah. Let me just place down these
It's nothing
shelves.
fancy. What's that?
It's I just gotta finish placing these shelves. What happened to those bottles? Oh, it put out a stack of bottles. That's right.
Da, 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 da.
Um, yeah, no, I
Ooh,
think on
wonderful.
Tuesday I had like a terrible headache. Um, and so like I took a nap and then I was like, I don't really want the leftovers that we had. I'm gonna make something else. And so I had ramen, just like instant ramen, whatever. But I experimented. Oh, I didn't realize you were right behind me. And I made it with like, or I poured out like most of the liquid, except for like a half cup, and then I mixed it with peanut butter and sriracha, and then threw it all back together. And it was honestly so good.
That sounds incredible. What do you think about
Ooh.
this?
The landing appears a little small.
Yeah, it's not great. I'll agree with you there. Um,
I do
and
like it.
I was kind of having a tough time figuring out a different way to build it so that it would come up in a different place. One of the other options is essentially starting it on the back wall.
Sure. I mean, you could start it further in, and then it would
Uh,
end. Well,
then it would have
this,
to, yeah, it
then
would
you'd be hitting your
turn
head here.
essentially. Right. And because of the where the turn would have to be, like either it would start coming up like if we started it later, right, then it wouldn't get higher until later, right? So like here is where you'd be starting to hit your head, and it would actually turn and you'd come up like this way.
Right. So if we had it, I know you wanted to do slabs. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying to do stairs, but if we had it where there isn't a flat landing here and it went up instead on the flat bits, and then it also went up here. So I'm thinking the layout you have it right now, if it went up here on both landings, you would end about where I'm standing. I think. Rough math, it would end here, which would mean you're facing a wall, which would be weird.
Because you'd gain
But
essentially.
you'd gain 6 because there's 6 if you go up 3, you'd go up 3 more. And there's 6
Well,
total
you'd go
step.
up. So you'd go up 1.5
I'm
blocks
counting how many.
essentially.
Yeah, I'm counting how many slabs. So there's
Yeah.
6 slabs here in this final step up. 7 technically.
Interesting.
So it would
Huh.
end on this side right up against the wall, which I'm not saying is good. But what I'm saying is if you do that but flip it where the staircase goes clockwise instead of counterclockwise, the staircase will end right here, which I think is the doorway. Like it'll
So
end on this left side. Did you
so
not have
one
an
of the
axe?
problems with that, I think my axe broke. Yeah, it did. Um, so one of the problems with doing it that way, because I did try some variations on that theme. Um, and one of the issues is that if you do the half slabs up here, it lands in the middle of that window, which I think just kind of looks kind of funky.
Oh, sure.
You know? Um, so that was one of the reasons I didn't do it that way, is just because I thought it kind of looked funny from underneath to have it right alongside the window
Well,
instead of here where the
but
window's like.
I imagine we might make them look a little thicker than just one slab wide. So we could cover that window so it doesn't look as weird.
Oh sure, I see what you're saying.
Sorry, I'm catching up on chat. You
Yeah.
guys mentioned you were going to Iowa, and you never said what for. It makes sense that you're going to Hinterland. Yeah, Niltiak was talking about that. No, but instead of doing the slope that way, buddy, go clockwise around the staircase instead. Because then the stairs would end here, before they were going to end on this
Oh
side, which I think ending
yes.
against the corner of the wall would look weird. But if they end over here, they might very nicely tie into a hole in the wall, like where I'm at right now.
I've got one other solution I think I want to
Okay,
try first.
sure. Also be in Chicago in June. Yeah, see, June's very tight for us, Eric. We're gonna be gone for over half of it in another continent.
Classic.
And then we might be going to Minneapolis for my birthday. We don't know. Do you want to see the little kegs that I made in here?
Check them out. Oh yeah, this is looking great.
It's very tight, so I didn't know. I just put them there for now because I figure you need to be able to walk in here, but we can also make it a lot tighter. Oh. I don't know. It was
Yeah,
just
I mean,
like throw something out just to see what it looks like. Not necessarily it has
yeah,
to
I
stay there.
wonder if there's, huh? Because like part of me is like, I wonder if there's a way to put the kegs like either in the corner,
If they go in the corner, you
like
still have to be able to
here.
walk in front of them. Yeah, I mean, that works.
You know, but does that give like a little more of an open room so it doesn't feel quite so tight?
And they don't have to go on scaffolding. That's just what I had on me right now.
Yeah, no, I do like that
The problem
actually.
is there's not really a good angle where you see them, except for when you're looking at them head on. Maybe over
Oh,
here,
sure.
but like that one block really blocks the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
So in the photo I sent you, I kind of like how they're all just along the wall, but I don't know if it makes sense for it to not be behind the bar. Because like in the
Well, unless it's like
photo,
a coffee. What if it's like a coffee shop, you know?
sure.
Where you
Because
just buy a mug and then you fill up
yeah,
your
because the
own.
photo looks kind of like they do this,
Yeah.
you know, and then have stuff on top of it. I think the photo's assuming there's not a door here.
Yeah, I think your scaffolding idea looks better than the
I,
fences
I
underneath.
agree. It was just I'm grabbing something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a thought. We can work on the layout.
Yeah. Well, then almost this still makes sense to be here just to unload and offload, or to load and
Yeah.
unload the kegs. You know?
When is Hinterland again, guys? I know Niltiak sent it to me because we didn't really talk about it, but I know I heard that it was happening. You might have stolen. No, never mind. I thought you got one of my tripwire hooks, but you didn't.
I didn't think so.
No,
Yeah.
I got it.
Good. Good, good, good.
All right, you need help with the staircase. I have a very good axe, so
Oh, I just built myself a new axe just to kind of pound this out real quick.
I don't.
I've got one more little adjustment that I want to try.
Okay. Do you want me to start tearing it down from the top?
Yeah, yeah, if you would.
July 31st to August 2nd. Boy, we better hope that gas prices go down soon. We got a lot of traveling
Yeah.
planned. I'm not gonna talk about. Oh, also, you're making this out of pale oak?
Yeah, it's just we had a lot of this particular type of wood.
We do. I just got a bunch of birch because I figured that's kind of what we've been using elsewhere. That's what we talked about doing as the inside of here. I guess we could do
Right.
pale oak here. It'd be a lot more pristine looking.
All right, so I just want
Oh,
to
here.
try starting it here.
Here, I picked up those.
Thanks. And I just kind of want to see how this comes out.
Yeah, I do agree that backside is very dark because it doesn't have lanterns in it. Maybe I'll go way up top there and throw a lantern and see what it looks like. Because I got a bunch of them. I made a bunch of lanterns last...
I think I
Not
actually have to go
last
the
time, just
opposite
before.
direction here. Scratch that, reverse it. Let's try that again.
Alright, technically it should go there. That might look weird because it won't be in line, but... That one? Yeah. That one. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's see how that. That doesn't look that out of place. Is there a block missing up there? Hold on. Oh, no, it's just above that lantern there's a half slab. So it just looks like
sure.
it looks very odd from a certain angle, like it looks like you can see through it. I think it's just an
Gotcha.
optical illusion. Does that look weird? No, I actually think that looks nice. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do that on this side too. I don't have enough trapdoors though. Did I send you videos or pictures of the ribs that I was making like last week or 2 weeks ago?
You told me about them. I don't know if you sent me a photo of the final
I
product.
think I sent you a photo of the before. It was a very dramatic day at work, so I started them before I left in the morning, and it was supposed to be like, oh, you know, I'll be home at 4 and I'll take them out and then I'll finish them on the grill. And then I got home
Yeah.
from work at 7. So they slow cooked way longer.
Right.
And then I didn't finish them on the grill because I was just too hungry. But they were like, you know, peel the bones out, so soft. It was really, really good. And whatever dry rub, I have to find the recipe again. It was really, really tasty. Yo, what's good, Rex Caliber? That's a cool name. Welcome in, dude. What's good, Blue and Bud? Hello, dude. Happy
What
Minecraft Monday. Happy April. Welcome in. What's good?
Yo, what's up, man?
Minecraft.
How's
I
it
was
going?
gonna say this person must know who you are. If
Yeah, it sure does. That's why you said the username, and I was like, yo.
See, I recognize the username because I know you followed recently, and I saw the notification on my Twitch page at some point. I don't know if you've been in, but you might have been in once or twice before. But I was like, this person hasn't been here enough to know that I call you buddy, so they must know you.
So they must know me otherwise. Yeah.
I'm like, that's a crazy pull to make.
Yeah, it's one of my friends from back when I was in Bama.
Nice. Well, what's good,
Yeah,
dude?
so
Welcome in.
Okay, Matt, can you come here
I'm on my way.
and check out these two options for this staircase?
Vibe to you like once. All right. Well, I'm happy you're here a third time. Okay. Two options.
So, right. So essentially, this can either continue to go up immediately.
Ooh, wait, yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Immediately go up. Ends here.
Yeah,
I gotta
exactly.
say,
So
I
one of them
really
lands
I like how this just kind of lends itself to be a walkway.
right directly into the thing, and that's what I was thinking too.
But having the landing would be like this corner, right?
Right, exactly, which is kind of nice because then it leaves the rest of this as open space.
Let me,
You know, but I like this coming up because you can either go straight ahead or turn left, and right here is going to be
yeah, and
the
now we have
entrance
the freedom
inside.
to put the doorway wherever we want.
Right.
Oh, it's sunrise, I think. Niltiak, I missed it. Yeah, I think I like that too because otherwise we have to have more of the wall chucked out. And I don't like that.
Yes. Okay.
So, hey
Cool.
Meg, hello. Stealing phone from Bex. Well, hello. I'm assuming you're the person that's. It's not Shrimp talking right now. I'm assuming it's Meg. Yeah, I like this option more.
Also, Rex Caliber, are you cool with me saying your actual name on here, or do you prefer to go by your
Listen, all I
username?
know is I know it's not Jace because
That's
that'd
right.
be J Cubed
It's not
AK.
Jace.
It's not J Cubed AK. Uh, yeah, yeah, they say.
Oh, okay, cool. Hi, Noah.
Hello, Noah. Welcome.
It was one of those things where I was like, oh man, like I never know like where people are
Yep.
at with like their real names being used online, so
Nope.
I
I know
never
the
want to
same way.
just go
Well,
in and jump in.
like one of my friends, like, yeah, I always just like use his username, and I've never asked him. It's like, hey, are you cool if I just say your name because your username is like Rex Caliber is really fun to say. His username's really long, and I'm like, are you cool if I like don't? Huh.
Say your insanely long name. Yeah.
She took my phone to look at the cat cam. Yes, he's sleeping. The
Oh
Pinto
Lord,
cam.
Ethan.
What a good boy.
Can you put your head on this?
Pinto
There we
over the
go.
weekend started waking us up in the middle of the night. Not in the middle of the night, at like
Oh,
6 a.m.
sorry, is that the official name?
Yes, his name is Pinto now.
Okay. I don't think I got the update
I think you
for
need
the
to check
official naming.
Snapchat more often than you do.
Yeah. Yeah, I sure do.
um,
You've probably sent me probably 8 Snapchats that I haven't
and I
opened.
guarantee you they are all of this cat. Actually, one might be those ribs. Uh, however, getting called Rex at offline gaming events is jarring still, so I just tell people to call me Noah mostly. That's fair.
That's fair.
I had one person call me Blue once IRL, and I was like, can we not? I don't like that.
Yeah, no, are you still doing like tournaments and stuff like that?
Tournaments. Oh man. Yeah,
Mhm.
we playing Smash Bros. What are we playing?
No, I used to play a lot of Smash back in the day.
Oh,
I don't know if that's still his jam or not.
I haven't played at a Smash tournament in ages, but that was also my job. I'm flying to San Jose for an event on Thursday. Damn.
Yo!
So he's competing.
Heck, I was gonna say mostly what I've seen him playing in the past couple of months has been his the Gotcha Girl horse game or whatever
Oh
the
my
hell
god.
the
The
what is it Uma whatever.
I only know of a TV show that's like Horse Girl because it like the Denver Broncos did like a collaboration with them.
Oh,
Island.
incredible!
And I was like, what the fuck is this? I
See, I
played
just before we
Smash
play
Haru Urara. Eric, why do you know that? I played Smash competitively from 2016 to 2020, but then COVID happened and I grew to hate Smash because of online. Yeah, I also hate Smash Online. I don't know if
yeah
I would count myself as competitive. I would do the tournaments that came to my school, and I went to an offline tournament twice, and I didn't really enjoy it because I didn't do very well. But my school tournaments I always did really good at.
yeah.
And that was 2014 to 2018. It's one of the horses' names. Okay. The Seahawks have commissions Umamasume artists to do art before. That's wild.
Yeah, Umamasume, that's the game.
It's one of the horses' name. Meg wants you to play My Horse Prince. I'm okay.
Huh. Huh.
You know,
But
we
yeah,
all
no,
want
the
things.
freaking
Uh,
that's the Umamasume is the one where it's like horse racing, but all the horses are horse girls.
I that's the Denver one. I'm pretty sure that's the one that the Broncos did a collab with. And let me guess, they're all hot, aren't they?
I mean, I've seen. Here's the thing: is it's been Noah's go-to game to play. I'm just saying the writing is fire.
Uh,
um,
no comment.
but
And they're all
yeah, I,
based
I
on
watched.
real horses. Oh, so they are
I
hot.
watched for the
Wait,
plot.
what?
Um, you watch for the plot is what's important.
Right.
Um, but what I was gonna say was before we play, my Bama boys and I play D&D every once in a while, and before we play, a lot of times like Noah or Jace or whoever will be like streaming whatever they're doing while we're waiting for everyone to get in. Um, and Noah's been steering a lot of the horses beforehand. So I
That's
get to see all the. I have no idea ever what's happening on the screen, but I do like that there's cool horse girls to look at.
I have to
So
do my dailies before TNT.
yeah,
Buddy, have you ever played? So thinking about Jace, I was thinking about when we'd play golf with friends. Have you played Super Battle
yeah.
Golf yet?
No, we were actually literally we were talking about this in like the D&D before session, like when we were all just chatting, because we play a lot of golf with friends with that group, like if
Yeah,
somebody can't make it that week or whatever.
I
And somebody was talking about, hey, has Golf with Your Friends 2 come out yet? And I forget who it was. It might have been Noah actually, who was like Super Battle Golf basically is Golf with Your Friends too.
yeah, it's golf with your friends, and they did a collab where like they both the games were on sale, recently, and I two of my friends from work have it, and I haven't bought it yet, but I've watched them play it, and it just looks so much fun.
Amazing.
I we need to get it.
Matt, for this staircase, we feeling another trapdoor railing
I don't
system?
know. I was actually about to ask you that of what kind of railings are you gonna do?
Yeah, because I was like, I mean, we could do a whole center pillar of trapdoors again. Um,
Oh,
oh,
I'd
that's
have
all
to do
right.
4 pillars if I do this, and imagine golf with your friends, but you get to call in Helldiver's Orbital Strike.
Yeah.
Oh
I
god.
literally think that was the pitch that he gave us when we were playing
See, you're gonna have a lot of inside corners with this staircase, buddy. So I don't think that unless we
Well,
do,
what if it's just the one pillar, or just like a center pillar?
I don't know if I understand you by just a center pillar.
Okay, imagine instead of like we have the walls all around,
Uh huh.
but then in the very center, essentially 1 by 3, it'd be boom, boom, boom. I think
I
you
want you
had
in my room.
that's right, a 1 by 3 pillar going up in the center.
Okay. I think my original analogy was with Halo Mac rounds, but I think people knew what orbital strikes are more. It's more of a relevant analogy.
Yeah, just see how try that on for size.
I mean, this isn't really a railing. This ain't gonna pass any
No, it's
OSHA.
not. But now we could put fences, we could put whatever in, and it would have a central point to connect to.
I love the idea of having it.
Oh, I like that. I
Yeah,
like that a lot.
you like that?
I do. You like jazz?
A giant 3 by 3 pillar. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I don't want it to be one giant, like, just chungus going through the middle here, because then it kind of ruins it from being an
One
open air
big
thing.
chungus going
Again, you're
through.
still going to have the problem with an inside corner here where you won't be able to have a trapdoor in the same
Huh.
spot. That's what I was
I
getting
think
at.
we right, but I think we can get away with it, and I'll show you why.
All right. I'm watching. Yeah, I've been wanting to pick it up. It sounds like a lot of fun. Actually, what I have been having a lot of fun with recently is Battlefield 6. One of my buddies bought it for me, and it, like, I wasn't going to get it because
One of
I've
your what?
never played Battlefield games.
One of
And
your
then,
what?
huh? Not you.
One of your
I
no, but
didn't
you
say
said
buddy got it for me. I said one of my buddies.
what? You got other ones?
No, see,
What the hell, man?
buddy, you're both. You're not just my buddy. You are also buddy.
Oh, I
There is
see.
a difference.
I am the platonic form. Well, that's not right.
The platonic buddy. A new idea, an aquarium pillar, all glass and fish you can appreciate as you go up and down the stairs. Now that'd actually be really dope.
Oh no, hold on. I really like the idea of aquarium pillar.
That is an awesome idea, Meg.
That rips.
Now all glass, or would it have stone in the corners?
No, I think all glass.
But that's not very structural.
Sure it is.
Well, we could have a pillar in the middle of the aquarium, I suppose.
Well, see, I'm just thinking
Well, here's the thing:
we have a nice solid base.
the aquarium's only gonna be 1 block wide.
And I think that's okay because it makes it a very vertical experience.
Yeah, I love this idea.
And
I'm gonna go get
I'm
some
thinking
glass
warped wood on
smelting
top,
right
warped wood
now.
on bottom. Okay.
Anything is structural if you're rich enough. I mean, true. This is a load-bearing aquarium.
That's right.
Good thing we have a ton of sand.
Boom.
I was like, you're singing the Venga Boys now. I don't have enough coal, but I have some extra strong
okay.
glass.
So
I love that idea. That is
yeah,
such
this
a
is
good
sick.
idea.
I was instantly sold.
LTX is just sending me cat content. I'm gonna go out and get some like plants to put in there. Kelp. That's what I meant to say. Oh, I picked that up. Okay.
Will it go all the way to the floor, or do you like the idea of it being slightly raised off the floor?
I don't know. I was gonna ask you that. I think maybe 1 block off the floor.
Yeah, and that's
Like,
why I was like,
have
do
a
we either
base of
want to?
polished diorite.
Yeah, I was thinking that, or like just some slabs to raise it a little bit off the
No,
ground, because slabs can be waterlogged, right? Oh, but then you couldn't plant anything there.
I'm not sure if I like the warped wood.
No, that's it. I was just trying it out. I just really like the look of warped
Thank
wood.
you, Rex. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, we're not really working on the tavern right now. We're more working on the temple. But either way.
Okay, so check. Well, hold on. Knock that out. Knock that out. Get that shit out of here. Okay. Replace those with just basic, like regular sand.
I don't have regular sand.
Oh man.
I'll go get some. I
Also,
mean,
I've
we
trapped
do
myself in
have some.
here.
I don't have any on my person.
I was gonna say, there's no way we don't have some sand.
No, we do. I'm smelting some of it as we speak. Of course, it's always in the last chest that I check. All right.
Well, yeah, because why would you check any other
I got
ones,
some.
you know?
Let me grab some glass while I'm at it. Now, does this make sense for the temple? Probably not, but we are using stuff from the underwater temple, so I think there are some nods to that.
I think there are too, and also remember, like a little bit, this place is kind of the flex.
That's true. So you want a sand base. I guess floor to ceiling does look cool.
Yeah, and then
Glass all the way around?
I was thinking either glass all the way around or upside down stairs and then glass.
Oh, yeah.
You
Yeah,
see what I'm
do
saying?
that.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, we're going to need them in the corners, too.
Yeah, I just only have 8 currently.
Oh, okay. We love seeing creatives at work in real time. It's all you, Meg. All right.
So what's the trick here? We need to put kelp in it, and then we put the water in, and then it becomes all source blocks?
I think you put the water in, and then as the kelp grows, all of the water becomes source blocks. I mean, here's the thing. We could also just be like, oh.
Just make a little infinite pool.
We're built on a foundation of lies over here, buddy.
Yes, correct. Yeah, we should probably put actually, you got a torch?
Yeah, that's a great point. Also, where are we going to put our little hidden portal room?
We're going to figure it out.
I guess there could be a staircase down, too, over here.
Yes.
I shouldn't use that sandstone, because I'll never get it back.
Yeah, I mean, literally on this left side, we
could just have a staircase going
here.
down.
Yeah.
You got any water on you? No? Okay.
I do.
Oh, nice. Huge.
Infinite.
Actually, we could have just made the infinite water source right here. Oh,
Huh.
stairs are waterloggable. Huh.
Okay.
All right, should I start placing glass?
Yes, I'm gonna go make the other. Well, you know what? Should it be stairs in the corner or just slabs in the corner?
I think the stairs will connect it nicely, but we can try both.
Yeah, I think we've got both. So I can go.
Uh-oh. Wandering trader just... Llama got hurt.
Hey,
What?
baby, a baby piglin, zombified piglin is,
Yeah, I mean, we have an open portal just in the middle of the courtyard. That'll
yeah,
happen.
like he just lives here now, I guess.
Yeah, that'll happen. Huh.
I guess that's fine. Okay, let's see.
These wandering traders are really helping with the lore of this being like just a trade hamlet.
That's what I'm saying.
They
We
do
build it
love
and they
being
will
here.
come. We started, we made it happen.
This is the Field of Dreams. That's the
right.
flex. Now we build a baseball diamond in somewhere.
Okay, tell me which of these you like better. You like the slab?
Just do one of each.
Or
Stair.
really?
Yeah, I like
Okay.
the smoother base.
I was leaning towards slab, but for sure.
Hey, this is the first time other than when I started stream that it's raining.
Insane. Unheard of, actually.
Yeah. Oh, I should go get some more, I'm gonna go into the nether and get some lava. I feel like that's the only way that I can smelt stuff. Well, we do have a lot of wood. I could make charcoal. Right now, Eric is just, like, rolling, going like, I can't believe they don't have charcoal.
The Wandering Trader is standing exactly where I need to be.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. He moved. Are we putting glass on the corners or not?
Yeah, I just don't have it right now.
Oh, we just don't have it currently. All right, that's fine.
Yeah,
Let me
Eric,
go
but
get
then
some
I have to go
pellets so I
back
can
to the
start.
base, and I don't want to do that.
I suppose I could go start getting some fish.
I guess I should do this. Yeah, but we need tropical fish, I think. We don't just want cod. Right?
No. We want beautiful fish.
I don't know where you're going to find that. I don't think that's a today problem.
You don't think? I thought there was a tropical ocean that was pretty nearby.
I mean, there's those turtles, but I don't know.
Well, let me just go. Let me take a little explorer dash. Some cod. Some more cod.
I mean, a
big-ass
freshwater
salmon.
aquarium is a flex. But
I mean, I will get one big ass salmon to put in there.
you're going to mix freshwater and saltwater fish together?
Oh, salmon is both a freshwater and a saltwater
That's
fish.
true. That's true. I am a fool when I said that out loud. All right, I should have plenty of glass after this.
Look at this big, beautiful salmon. Huh.
I'm just remembering now the first bar the bar that we made in Ligmawood was called the Splurgeon Sturgeon.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had the Blue Oyster
Matt.
Pub. Huh.
So,
Huh.
yeah.
Huh. Man, it's crazy how nature do
trying to
that.
get to the pond. I think he's trying to get to the corner.
Yeah. It's crazy how nature do that.
I guess he'll live. Nope. Look at him. Oh, and he killed himself.
Wow. It's because you tried to put him in salt water.
Yeah, he did not like it. All right, yeah. Populating the tank will have to be another day's project. Hey, why do you keep going down when there's infinite water sources here?
You're so right. You're so right that we just keep making more infinite water sources. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, where are you going, bud?
Bud. But you're Bud.
Oh.
Yeah. I hit you with that this time. I'm gonna need way
How
more
you like it?
glass than I thought I would. Well, how many more levels do we need?
You need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you need another 6. So that's 12. And then you need another 12. You need 24 blocks still.
I have 16. I need 24.
Yep.
Okay. I got some cooking.
Oh, lordy cooking.
I do be cooking right now.
Yeah, and then is there a way for us to maybe put, like, trapdoors or something at the top where, like...
Well, you gotta be able to feed the fish, yeah.
Right, exactly, where you'd feed them, or you'd add new fish, or remove dead fish,
or we throw our enemies into...
Right, to be eaten by the fish.
Right. Because we are gonna have piranhas in there.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, hey, piranhas gotta eat too.
Right, you know, it's called the food chain for a reason.
Exactly. And you gotta... You never break the chain,
Guys,
you know?
this isn't a political, like, capital. Well, I mean, it's a commerce capital, so it probably is rooted in politics.
Yeah, I mean, it's combination, it's religion, it's politic.
It's a combination Pizza Hut Taco Bell.
You know what? Exactly. Correct. I'm at the
pufferfish aquarium with iron trapdoors on the top.
Oh no.
He's swimming with the
and like
fishies.
magma blocks at the bottom so it draws you downward.
Oh. Terrifying. Anyways,
fill her up, please.
Yeah, why don't you do that so you can reach it? Oh, you know what? Like, looking at this now, I think we just fill it up to the top.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll leave it open so we can access, but... I don't know, what should I do? Just...
Yeah, well, I mean, we're gonna cut a hole in the top.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh.
Where they'd be, because we have to have the hole in the top where they can feed them. This is where the trapdoors go.
Ah! Ah! Now, the only problem with the sand being the base down there is if we put anything on the base, you won't be able to see it. Like, if we put a little coral down there or something.
Oh, sure. Yeah,
It's
I mean,
gonna
just
be
depends what we put.
out of sight. We can put little
Yeah, if we
sea
put a little
pickles down there. I got kelp, but
Yeah.
kelp is going to take up the entirety of it.
Yeah, it's
Maybe-
gonna grow. I think sea grass would be better.
Maybe kelp in the middle.
Sure,
you know?
one spire of kelp.
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't know, seagrass on one side and pickles on the other.
Can you get seagrass?
Yeah, if you have Silk Touch.
Oh, okay. I punched some earlier and I didn't get any.
No, yeah, I think you have to have Silk Touch to get it.
Well, if we're going to find coral also... Oh, shears.
Shears. There we go, even easier.
Yeah. Surely I don't have any here, so...
And pickles, we'll have to wait till we find
A warm...
trapdoor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
think
warm
that... I
ocean.
think you could only get that by coral. I haven't actually seen, like... I haven't thought about the fact that sea pickles exist for a long time.
Yeah, we used a lot of them for lighting and shit in the aquarium.
Yeah. I got 2 pieces of
God, that's
seagrass.
one place that I would like to go check out again.
Yeah. I would love to do that,
Jump into
like,
that.
see that again, because I feel like we would have like, decorated it so differently now.
Yes, yes,
Like, that was
100%.
very, here's one block of the wall, here's this. I mean, we are still doing that here, but at least we're putting... This
There's a little more
tops the
variation.
aquarium by, like, a factor of 10, though.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, maybe not 10.
God, this is looking sick though.
Alright, I'll just put seagrass on both sides right now, just as a... But see, the
Yeah.
thing is, if I put that there, you can't see the seagrass.
What do you mean you can't see the seagrass?
I guess you can while you're coming down, but if you're looking at it from here, I can't, unless I jump, I can't see the
Oh,
seagrass.
did you? You didn't make them double tall?
Oh, I figured they'd grow.
Do they? I don't know.
Bone meal. You can bone meal
Bone meal.
underwater? Okay, I got some on me already.
You got some on you?
What are we gonna name the fish? Well, the fish died already, so we'll have to get another fish. Oh. I guess that's better.
Yeah.
I don't
Now you
know
can
if I
see it.
like the top being opened here, because if this is like a walkway or something, like...
Well, but again, it's not going to be open. There will be trapdoors there.
Well, yeah, true. The other thought is, when we build the basement, do we have the aquarium go down to the bottom floor too?
Oh, interesting.
Not that that
That's
impacts what the
intriguing.
top looks like, but I don't know.
So that's what's interesting about that is like, what if it expands into a larger structure underground? You know, so there's like a big tank down there that then flows up, you know, to let sunshine and oxygen and stuff in,
Yeah,
you
that
know?
would be cool. I like the idea. Like into a larger room where it's like a whole hallway is just an aquarium.
Yeah. Like yeah, maybe we get down to this bottom part and then, you know, the 1x3 lowers in, but then it stretches into like a 3x3 and just is like a wall that goes across
Yeah,
the bottom here.
that is a very cool idea.
And that means that it could hook up to whatever the aquifer is that feeds the fountain that's going to be in the center here.
Oh, sure. We just have to make sure that the fish don't get into the fountain.
And lore wise, you can think of it of like underneath the temple there's like a saltwater spring.
Sure. Well, and that's the one thing I want to look like ahead to is building out what this looks like underneath it, because I think there will be a section of it's developed, it like this is where, because if this is truly a temple and now we have this side being a public space and also that side is probably also going to be a public space, there needs to be some private space somewhere. And I think developing out
if you think about it as like a culture wherein commerce and religion and uh, politic and everything were kind of one and the same, you know, maybe there
yeah.
isn't a private, you know,
Well,
worship place. The whole thing is a worship place.
but I'm thinking like if the whole thing is a place of worship, there is still probably a room that only the leader of worship goes to.
Oh, sure. I
You
see what
know.
you're saying.
And so maybe there's a sequence of rooms we can think about that of like if this is truly like a 3-pillar government of religion, commerce, and politics, are there wings somewhere, not wings, but like specific areas for that, like overseeing those things? I don't want to think into it
Yeah,
that
and
much because now we're
maybe
making
you
up
know
lore, but
maybe the yeah right maybe the politic is interplayed with the military, you
yeah.
know. So this front section here would be that, you know, and then this is
Militaristic,
essentially
religious, and economic. Yeah.
yeah, and then you know this is kind of the you know the general courtyard and everything
Yeah.
and the tavern and
But
whatnot is very
what I was
much
gonna get
commerce.
to is if we have the basement kind of half developed out, then we can start plotting out what does the undeveloped area look like that will house our nether portal. Like,
Oh,
you know,
sure.
we can make it kind of more archaeological. Like, you know what I'm picturing? I'm picturing underneath the church in National Treasure.
Yes, absolutely,
Not
100%.
that big, but that's what I
I'm
want.
I'm
You know.
I'm shitting what you stepped on.
I, uh, I don't know if
What's
that's
up?
the analogy we want, but I'm gonna go get a fish to put in there, and then we can call it a night. I know we don't necessarily
Excellent.
want all those big fish, but I want to see it now with another fish.
Yeah, one big fish.
Whee! Yo, I could put a
Real big
turtle in
fish.
there. I don't know how we'd get him in there. Oh, a nautilus?
I I feel like that's too thick.
Ye- What? The turtle? Yeah,
Well,
the
yes,
turtle
the
does
turtle, but
have quite a booty.
yeah, but even the Nautilus, I'm like, that's kind of a thick fish, you know?
I don't even know if it counts as a fish.
It's a shellfish. It's got to be. Actually, I'm pretty sure Nautiluses are cephalopods.
I was gonna say, I don't know if it counts as a fish. I think it's like what a snail is.
No, I think it's like a squid. All right, well, he didn't immediately try to push himself out the glass this time.
Yeah, he's not immediately killing himself.
So that's huge.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, hold on. I want to watch him swim again. I don't know if the weight... Do they normally drop that fast?
Are you thinking that the flow of the water's not right in there?
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's not actually all source blocks. Well, but it's not consistent where he's going up and where he's going down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like when I'm in here, none of the water's
He's
making
just-
me like flow around.
He's just really fast.
Yeah.
I think
that's
he might be
like-
stressed.
For why?
We didn't acclimate him to this tank.
Sure you did. You brought him over in a bucket.
Yeah, I don't know if the bucket was water from the tank, though.
Oh shoot! You didn't take water fresh from the ocean for him.
Well, the tank isn't fresh water from the ocean.
What? That's what I'm saying. It's all part of the same saltwater spring.
I don't know, man. He seems... the way that he's flying up there makes me feel like he's about to jump out of the top and kill himself.
God, I wish he would.
It actually would be really funny if that happened.
Just whoop. Come on up. Here he
Should have
comes.
made sure it was room temp first. It's actually hotter than room temp because in Minecraft all the corners are 90 degrees.
Ah.
You trying to get him to come out?
Come on.
Oh! Dude, salmon will do as salmons are made for.
They love to swim upstream, dude.
Canceling Blue and Buddy for animal murder? The fish is still here. I don't know what you're talking about.
And also, if he did die, he killed himself, so...
This is terrible. This doorway might change also. Well, it's pretty low
Yeah,
now.
that's fine.
We really can't make it any taller. But I think I might make it polished.
Yeah, and also you could make it into an arch.
Yeah, that was my plan. Right, I guess I could do this.
Yeah, and then you could throw some slabs in there. Oh, or blocks. That's cool too. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good start.
that already looks nicer. Yeah.
Doesn't look as nice from
Good
the
stuff.
outside, but
Yeah, maybe make the corner stairs or something.
yeah.
Here, take out this corners real quick.
Eh. No, see what it should be then is it should be this. Like the whole arch should be framed. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
And that looks nice on the inside too.
Yep, excellent,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Now,
Nailed
if we
it.
wanted, do you have any slabs on you?
Yeah.
We could make... Well, then it lines up with the wood. Yeah,
Not
no.
too much.
I don't like how it lines up with the wood. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I like that.
It is a very wide door, but I think it looks good.
That's okay. It's a very wide room. You gotta be able to walk around, stairs down, stairs up.
It's a wide stance, my guy. Yeah, I like how it's got the two block buffer on every side. I like this a lot. We'll have to think about lighting next to not just use torches everywhere.
Pickle.
Well, I don't know if sea pickles are going to be bright enough. We could use more lanterns. I don't know where they'd go, but
Yeah, I'm a big fan of lantern. I mean, you can hang them
Oh,
underneath
I
stairs.
meant the sea lanterns. But yes, like the actual like hanging lanterns. Yes, I want to use those too.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, I gotta get going.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
didn't realize how late it got.
I also like last time I looked, it was 9:01. So
Yeah, and now suddenly it's 10 o'clock, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta
yeah,
go.
yeah, it do be like that. Well, cool.
All right. Well,
We actually made progress
lots of good
tonight.
progress today. Yeah, yeah, lots of good stuff.
Holy crap! See, if we did glowstone in the tank, then the base couldn't be sand anymore.
Right, right. We'll figure it out.
We will figure it out. Alrighty. Well, have a good night, bud.
Well, yeah. Peace out.
We'll see you next
Night,
time.
everybody. See you next week.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, have a great night, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Next week, we'll probably do something inside here. I made a little progress in the tavern, but obviously this is like the main focal point, so I like developing this area out a lot. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to let me know. Tell your friends. And we'll be back in 1 week time to continue building out this build of epic proportions. It's one of, if not the biggest thing that we've ever built. So I'm really liking how it's turning out. I hope you are too. Hope you have a great night. We'll see you back here in a week. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.